If you want to ultimately get better quality leads, you have to sacrifice a little bit of volume, which means that if you are going for more quality, you would expect that your leads will cost more because now you're adding more questions to the form. If you're generating leads for motivated sellers and you're getting buyers, you're doing something wrong in your funnel. If you're getting renters, you're doing something wrong in your funnel. If you're getting wholesalers, well, you're getting funnel hacked a lot. Everyone is saying, we buy houses cash, sell a house fast. Everyone says the same thing. So how do you differentiate from the competition, right?
All right. So starting with you, Esteban, what was life like right before you got into real estate?
Before I was in real estate, I graduated from engineering, and I did engineering for 3.5 years, working for, because I know you are more. So I worked for Magna, which is a Canadian company that manufactures parts, and I worked for Fiat Chrysler Automotive. It's now Stellantis, and they obviously do Fiat, do Ferrari, they do Dodge, they do a lot of different cars that you know about it. So that's what I was doing. Before real estate, I was trying to fill myself, find myself in a situation where I couldn't grow anymore. And that's when I decided to pursue entrepreneurship.
Well, it's interesting that you come from the agency world because I am learning more and more about marketing, and I'm learning more and more about the agency world. And everyone's always trying to sell agency something, right? I imagine that was you.
In agency, you're mostly doing B2B or B2B to B2C. And in the real estate, you're mostly talking with homeowners. These are B2C. You would consider it like a B2C, but the transaction is so big that you still have to apply the same principles that you do in B2B. Because you're essentially buying homes, right? And then you have to sell a home to a buyer, and you have to do essentially the same process. So sales is the most transferable skill in between industries. And I say if you go ever in a downturn economy, or something happens, COVID-1 happens, or there is some sort of crash, and you can go plug and play. For example, we're just talking about this. You can go and start a startup, and your startup, even though it's product-led a type of business, you would crush it because most of startups, which are technology businesses, they don't know anything about sales, and they still have to sell their high ticket yearly services or enterprise level services to other people. So it's so transferable that once you learn sales in the agency and you learn at high ticket very, very well, for example, your program is one of the best programs that I've seen because it applies so many good principles from different great mentors and coaches, people that have written books like Never Split the Difference, Sandler. Like there's many different principles that you apply that I also apply in my agency. That once you start doing that in wholesaling or real estate flipping, whatever, is you already become an expert in that set. You already have a sales process.
Right.
So that I'm actually really passionate about helping people in real estate because I know that if I do it in the agency well, it's the same thing with wholesale.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very much the same. So then talk about the transition. So you were an engineer, you worked in these other places. When did you first go? What were you first doing when you went to business for yourself?
I was trying a lot of different things, right? So I heard Gary V, you got to try a lot of different things. And I'm like, until you like the one thing and then focus on that one thing. So that's what I did. And I did Amazon FBA. I did flipping, and I did, private label, and I did a bunch of different things. And at the same time, I did not like majority of them. Like Amazon FBA had to like sell hundreds of products in order to actually make a profit or actually make it work, which is funny. I actually sold masks 1 year before COVID, which is funny. That's a sad story. But I did not do Amazon FBA all the way through. And then my friend told me there's this thing called lead generation. You could be potentially good at it. And I'm like, yeah, why? Because you need to, you have to start the conversations. You have to go for prospects. You have to generate interest. You have to get unemployment. So that's when he introduced me to lead generation through Facebook ads and through Instagram ads. So he taught me a lot of the good stuff. I worked up for that agency for free, essentially for like 8-10 months. And that's how I started knowing that wholesalers had such a big problem with lead generation. The flippers, same thing, right? Creative investors, such a big problem. It's such a big problem. And that one time I did a post, I remember, on the Facebook group, and I was like, let me just test this. And I said, I know how to generate motivated sellers using Facebook ads. Who needs help? It was like 50 comments in a Detroit Facebook group. It was like 50 comments. And I was like, whoa, this blew up. And like literally no one knows how to generate leads. And it's crazy to me because it's such fundamental in any business, right? Like without leads, resistance. Yeah. So my first ever comment was a guy from Argentina. And that guy was a cash buyer that literally used to buy 350 houses in Detroit every year just through auctions. And he did it the traditional way. He used to have like 10 bird dogs literally going around the city, just driving and knocking on doors, negotiating and stuff like that. And they were also the disclosers, which is really interesting. Barracks. Yes, I know. His bird dogs were also the closings. So we did a test with him, and I was like, I can actually charge this guy $1,500, $2,000 for the month of service. And he went about it. And I remember we started generating leads. And the weird thing was very, very like not super technological or systematic. I just sent him a text message with it through Zapier of the address of the lead, of the motivation of the lead, and the name and the phone number and email. He would copy paste it in WhatsApp, send it to his bird dogs, and his bird dogs will drive to the property and lock up the property on the contract, which is crazy. And then if they had issues, he will get on the phone with them while their bird dogs are on the house.
Yeah.
So we started working it, then I integrated him like for the CRM. Then I get more tips. He was an old school guy, so it was a little bit hard to do that, like I'll use CRM now. So that resulted in like 24 properties that he got from just like $9,000 in ad spend. And that was a first proof of concept that Facebook lead generation works and that people need it a lot. It's a huge problem. And that I can make a business out of it.
When was this?
This was in between 2019 and 2020. So in 2019, I was already freelancing on this, doing a bunch of the things at freelancing. 2020, it's when it blew up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So you started this and there's just a grand slam right off the bat.
Yeah. And honestly, I had such great clients the first time. I had the shit clients after, but the best clients, I got them to be. I was lucky. I had Victor Romanich. I think you've heard of him. He's from Seattle. He has one of our clients.
Rabichuk, yeah.
Rabichuk. There. We had him back when he used to have partner. We were super successful with them, and we also had this Argentinian guy that was a super successful investor in Argentina.
Yeah. Well, that's great that you had success with it because I still have PTSD. Like, so, a lot of people know me today as the podcast guy or the sales guy, right?
Yeah.
What they don't know, like in 2015, like I tried being a coach and then I tried to sell leads, right? Because I figured out how to get leads. Like I was doing PPC before PPC got really popular. So I was like charging $5K and I'll help you learn how to do PPC and hardly sell anything. I also sucked at sales at that time. But I also would I'll just sell you leads. I'll generate the leads and sell it to you. Right now it's like $250 a lead at that time.
Yeah.
Right. So it's PPL. And man, the complaints I would get is like the leads suck. And I was like, no, they don't suck because I'm closing these. The leads are totally fine. So you were able to go out there, get leads, and have no challenge as far as like, hey, as I'm on, these leads suck.
No, because the thing is that I did a lot of testing with different industries before that. So before I started my motivated seller campaigns, I tested with guinea pigs. And I called them guinea pigs because they really were guinea pigs, but they were great people. Like they were real estate agents. I also did gym owners. I also did lawyers and like guinea pigs on how to figure out how to get the best type of quality, right? And the best guinea pigs for us was the real estate agents, because it was similar, not the same, similar. So the more friction that you put in the forms and the more, the better user experience you make them go through, the higher the quality you can get. But you still, you still will be super dependent on the market and who receives the leads.
Yeah, so explain that again for everyone else that's not as well versed in the market. You have to talk about resistance and quality leads. So explain it again, just maybe say it a different way so everyone gets it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to ultimately get better quality leads, you have to sacrifice a little bit of volume, which means that if you are going for more quality, you would expect that your leads will cost more because now you're adding more questions to the form. You probably are pre-qualifying people that are the ones that you don't want to work. So things like better ad copy. So if you don't want homeowners that are not, let's say, pre-foreclosure, then you mentioned that, so that qualifies a few disqualifies a few people. So you disqualify it through the copy, you disqualify whatever you put in the landing page. This is only for homeowners for this specific area, for this specific amount of, or size of the house, or
others.
yes, exactly.
Okay, well, this doesn't apply to me.
Exactly. And then if you have, for example, a video that pre-sells them on how this works and the type of work that you're going to do, how everything works, and the type of people that you don't help, that also will disqualify people. But the thing is that you are now actually positioning yourself as that authority that works with people that actually do need your help and other people. Because if you're generating leads for motivated sellers and you're getting buyers, you're doing something wrong in your funnel. If you're getting renters, you're doing something wrong in your funnel. If you're getting wholesalers, well, you're getting funnel hacked a lot. And the next thing is like, how do you ultimately ask the proper questions to not sacrifice all the volume and have a balance between quality and volume, right?
Yeah, because like for us, we have this debate in our office all the time, right? Because we're marketing for people that want to buy a course, right? Like that's what we intend to do. And so the argument is always like for lead mags that we're giving away for free, right? Do we require the phone number or not? As like for me, it's free. The cost is your phone number, right? It might not be a real phone number, but the cost is the phone number. And they're like, well, but we're going to get through a lead. Like, I know, but a lead without a phone number for me is not a lead.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, just an email, like, might as well.
Yeah.
It makes, I mean, there's so many ways. Like right now, the best way to make it work on Facebook is obviously the direct approach. Be like, we have this offer and this is what we can do potentially. But the thing is that everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone is saying, we buy houses cash, sell a house fast. Everyone says the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you differentiate from the competition, right? Like, because there was so much noise and homeowners get like attacked by cold callers, attacked by direct mail. And in order for you to get first the hook, the interest, and get familiarity and trust, you have to be different, right? So your positioning, the way that you put your brand, maybe if you do a video, the way that you speak and the offer that you're going to give them. So offers that work, for example, are we're going to be able to give you multiple options for you to sell your house at your convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Not in 7 days, not in 10 days, whenever is most convenient for you. Or for example, we're also able to buy your house full price. What does full price mean? Something that you and I agree on. Or, top dollar cash offer. What does top dollar cash offer mean? Something that you and I agree on the phone call. So you just reset the expectations in the phone call, like during the sales process. So you set yourself apart, right? You have a great video advertising because like a lot of people are not doing video well, but also a lot of people are not doing the pictures well.
Yeah.
Right. So, and most importantly, if you don't have a pixel that is seasoned with data of actual quality, marketed quality leads, that, for example, people that book employment or a positive conversation, people that were a contract, and you don't feed pixels with that proper data, it's harder because now you have to like learn fast, learn slower, and you have to go through the entire. Basically, Facebook learns exactly who you want. So if you send based on that information to the pixel.
Let me ask you this, because I really appreciate you talking about like how you separate yourself in the message, right?
Yes.
Close full price at your convenience, right? Rest of it, we pay cash for close fast. So one thing, this came kind of had like I don't know, like an epiphany. So when I talk about we don't have to make cash offers, right? And one of the big KPIs for a lot of salespeople or wholesale companies is how many offers did you make, right? So, please don't hate me for this. But we don't believe in making offers. We believe in, quality conversations. And so one of the things is if we don't make offers at our appointments, we're setting up for failure when we say, hey, get a cash offer in 7 days. So, but, looking at the homeowner's experience, they don't actually want a cash offer. They want cash.
They want the best offer possible.
Right. Like, what the best offer? You want the most amount of money, right? Because those are two different things.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, why do we say cash offer versus get cash in your time frame, right? Or give money in your pocket. So, like, I did a cage match with RJ Bates the other day, and if anyone watched it, I'm always saying, like, about when exactly would you like to have the money? Well, I'm trying to put the most amount of money in your pocket as possible, but like, you need to figure out how much you want before I can tell you how much money I'll put in your pocket. And I'm focusing a lot of the language on money in your pocket, cash in your bank account, and I never once mentioned cash offer. So, like, does your copy in general talk about cash offers? We talk about cash.
Well, our copy in general have a lot of A/B testing. So we do say cash offers. We do say you're gonna get cash where you're home. You also will say full price, top dollar, multiple offers too. Or we also be like, we're going to remove you from foreclosure, or we're going to remove you from the situation guaranteed. Right? Like, there's different ways that you can angle it. And at the end of the day, everything works. It's like, how well does it work, right? How well does it ultimately convert in terms of how many people pick up the phone, right? Cost of the lead, right? And then ultimately, are these people that are in the beginning stages of customer awareness, or are they in the end stages of customer awareness? And I'm not sure if you know, or people know about the 5 stages of customer awareness.
Well, that was something to go with this, right? Because you talk about customer awareness, but this is where I didn't learn about this really well until I got really deep into marketing.
Yeah.
But why don't I talk about the 5 stages of market awareness?
Yeah. So first stage, which is people should already be targeting down, is unaware. Like, people don't know that there's a problem. And that's why cold calling takes so much time and so many leads to get one. Because people are unaware that there's a problem, but you triggered them and there's a problem. So it takes way more leads to get that one deal.
Exactly.
Right? So you don't want to target them in social media or Google, but you just don't. The other one is that the second one is that there is problem awareness, that there is a problem. I have a problem, and they're like, I'm scratching my head and like, I have an issue going on and so on. Right? The other one is that there is solution awareness. That's a third one. So solution awareness, like there's some sort of solution out there that will help me. And the fourth one is going to be, there is a product or there is a service that exists, right? That's a fourth stage of awareness. And the last one, the fifth one, is just fully aware. They probably have gone through your material. They've gone to your website. They've done a lot of Google research. They are fully aware that there's a problem. They're fully aware that there's a solution, right? And they are like very, very hot, right? You want to focus on from 2 to 5 to target those people so that you can ultimately have higher conversions, right? It's funny that I see you guys talk about closing, right? And Sergeant Bates, you, and who else? There's another guy that...
I mean, the ones that are big ones start talking about closing is we got Steve Morales, you got that client, you got closing.
I really would love to really see what are the closing ratios, right? Because, and what are the actual processes between, is there a setter or is it direct to closer? If there's a setter, your closing ratio could be a little bit higher.
Better be higher.
Exactly. But if there is no setter, your closing ratio is a little bit lower. Right.
And also, where did the leads come from?
Exactly, of course. But these two things are very important in the throughput of the sales process.
So back to awareness. The setter helps develop that awareness.
Correct.
Right. So yeah. So just to summarize, right? Because like again, there's something I just learned this year. Just going into my own marketing journey. Unaware, aware that there's a problem, aware that there's a way to solve this problem. Found products that solves this problem. And the last one is found your products. So now you've got to solve that. So like Google is like number 5. So like Google is like, I have a problem and I need someone to solve it. And then they land on your website. That's number 5, right? That's why those things are so great. But there's other stages that we should also be marketing too.
Of course, because they're buyers, or in this case, sellers. They're still going to work with you.
Okay. So what are you doing then to market to people that are, because disregard unaware. So what are you doing to market to people that are aware or people that identify I have a solution, but I've not taken action?
That have not taken action?
Yeah.
Well,
Because they're selling the solution like, oh, I have a problem. Oh, there's a solution. But yeah, I haven't gone on a computer yet to find that solution.
yeah, well, it's going to depend, because we may be able to educate them in the top funnel by creating videos or value-driven content that also makes them become a lead, but they still not taking action. And then we just retarget them with different better offers or videos or ads that ultimately increase the actual familiarity and trust that you gotta get them, right? Another thing that we make them do is they go through a journey where the first thing that they see on the landing page, one of the first things, is going to be kind of like a video sales letter, where we tell them like, this is what we can do for you. This is what it's in for you, right? This is why you should hear us, you should trust us, and so on. Like, well, lots of social proof, credibility, and so on. This is ultimately why you don't have anything to lose. And also, how does this work, right? And at the end, come work with us. So we indoctrinate them throughout the entire process to make them even more aware that this is the right way.
I've learned this is you creating an awareness bridge.
Yes.
Right. Taking them across from like, hey, you have a problem to, hey, there's a solution here. By the way, there are other options out here, by the way, like we're the best.
Yes, 100%
Solution.
So, but obviously your team, your sales process, your follow-up, the emails that you send, the SMS that you send, all of that is like super important. Even if using that same ad that you used, that they saw that didn't take action, and then running other ads and right after that ad in order to make them at least click and go through the first opt-in, it's important because again, you're moving them through the entire cycle, right? So from the moment that they submit the first lead opt-in, right? And a setter, or in this case, a lead manager, calls them, right? And essentially help them go through the process, pre-qualifies them, but also help them go through the process, right? So imagine that there is all these multiple channels. Here is the setter or the lead manager, who is an very important individual to make them go through the things. Make them understand, first of all, qualify to see if they're the right person, but make them understand why they should trust us, make them understand that there is some material that they can check out, make them understand how the other call is going to be one of the most important calls for them, and sell them on the idea that they need to go to that second call, like that offer call, basically, right?
So you started Hustle Media then, was the first entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So our first entrepreneur that wasn't at this.
Yeah. So it was so FBA was my private brand was Hustle, which is HESEL, inverted E, inverted E's. So I wanted to do an apparel called Hustle, and right, just Hustle, and didn't work. So I was like, look at Hustle Media, and that was the first thing I did. And really, the way that I do worked or figured out agency is by I reverse engineer heck out of every single agency or programs out there.
So what does that mean?
You're an engineer, and I'm an engineer. What do? We buy the products, they're of our competitors, we take it apart, we do a 3D model of it, we do analysis, and we make our own product.
Okay. Why did it work? What was good about it? Why did they do this? This part doesn't make sense.
100%. That honestly, that's what I earned in Chrysler. Like, they used to buy BMWs.
You said something earlier, right? Funnel hack. You might be getting funnel hack, right? So talk to me about funnel hacking.
Funnel hacking, it's a nature. It's there is like an in between. There is a gray line in between. It's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Like at the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur. You want to figure out what the bidders are doing well. But at the same time, if you're getting it too much because you're getting a lot of attention from others that want to learn from you, or they just want to figure out exactly all you need to put in details. This is a funny story because how we met the first time ever is because I funnel hack another agency, the one that he used to work with, and he was the closer. So I funnel hacked my way to meeting him. Literally, tell him about this story.
Well, I used to sell agency services to chiropractors.
Okay.
Which is basically what he does with real estate investors, but working chiropractors. And we scaled to like 250, 300,000 a month. And one of the founders, his name is Joel Kaplan, he started a coaching program. And we had a good sales process, obviously, because he's not the only one that did this. He foul hacking means he signed up as another lead, as a doctor, went through the process and pretended like he was interested in the service. Listen, I get hype my camera turned up. Yes, I have no idea, right? And he jumped on
I asked you to turn it on. I was like, oh, thank God.
which is funny because I used to ask people that, but once you get good at sales, I'm like, I don't really care if you have your camera on and off, phone, walking, driving, like I can sell you at any point. But before when I first started, I think it was important. And yeah, he went through the process and we got on the sales call, and I guess he took the sales call there and implemented it to here. So thank you.
Pitch deck.
I gave everybody everything all the time because I was like, in my head, I was like, they can't ever do it as good as me. So here's yeah, that was my mindset. Like actually, our first client when I was selling the consulting program when we launched it was another chiropractic agency, like literally. So I literally was showing them calls with chiropractors they might take calls with, and I just always had the abundance mindset. I'm like, I don't think you should do it as good as me, and I don't know if it's cocky, but
I mean, you have to have that self-confidence to sell.
100%, you have to. So to me, I'm like, it's hard to. You can rip the process, you cannot rip the person.
So funnel hacking is basically signing up on their website, checking out their upsells, their back end,
Everything.
their membership area,
What emails you get when you sign up.
check the emails, check the text confirmations.
Yeah.
What's funny is that the best companies in the world, they do it in a morally well.
They just don't call it funnel hacking.
They just don't call it funnel.
Like,
It's research.
It's free. So it's a benchmark.
What do you guys call it? A price stick?
Benchmarking.
Benchmarking. Yeah. So anyway, I bring this up because you were saying like, some of the clients, some of the people that are listening right now that have actual Facebook campaigns or PPC campaigns, they might be getting funnel hacked, right? People are going through it. And I can say for sure, like for me, one of the things that always pissed me off the most, and there's nothing I could do about this, was having wholesalers click on my Google ad, cost me, $45, $50 and ask, can I put you on my buyers list? Like, absolutely not. You just buried $50 of my dollars. You think that did not put me on your
Billy.
Yeah, that's so funny. Okay, so then you did Hustle Media, but then what happened after that?
Well, Hustle Media is still running, and Hustle Media is a elite, very successful marketing agency that does meta ads for real estate investors, high level real estate investors.
Yeah.
So our clients are very premium, but we learned through time that
So we continue. Where can someone find out more about Hustle Media?
you can go to hustlemedia.com. We post a lot of content. We do a lot of blogs as well that are from podcasts and from different things that we do research on. Actually, we just did one recently about you. We call it Is Teaching STM.
Could be, and that's a good.
It's a good one. It's a good title, right? Yeah.
But Trevor is like intrigued. Okay, so Hustle Media, HESEL.
Not HESEL.
Yeah, Hustle Media. Okay, so you got this going. Then what was the next thing you did?
So the next thing I did was I always wanted to be a vertical integration, do a vertical integration. I saw that, the biggest companies in this space, they do vertical integrations. Like you see, like a lot of the different big guys, they have like a lot of many companies or different companies, seven-figure companies. And it's kind of like, it works like there's a nucleus where it's that person referring to the other companies. And they have coaching, education, they have CRM, they have media company, they have a pay-per-click company, they have the wholesale, not vertical wholesale company, like a flipping company. It's like entire vertical integration. So I wanted to do that. and I started, playing around with like the CRM and so on. But there was one big thing, one big need that our clients were looking for, and that's where I saw the opportunity. They needed help with follow up, with nurture. They needed help with admin stuff, and that's where I was like, okay, I'm going to white label a few virtual assistant companies and see if I can pull it off. Right? White labeling means I'm using their product and service, and I'm putting in my name, and I'm taking care of client success. Right? So that's why they do the fulfillment. I take care of client success. It did work out. A lot of the BA companies honestly suck. And it didn't go with the quality that I wanted. They were not passionate about helping people as I am. One of my core values is that, like, really be obsessed about everything, your clients, your team, and yourself, and you're going to doing a good job. So then I found Amir, who was starting his VA agency back in the day. Now he used to call it the VA agency, where he used to do Filipinos. And I remember I told Amir, dude, go into this website and find Latinos. See if you can actually find some Latinos. Because I know Colombian, I know Mexican, I know Argentinian. They're like hard workers, right? They're like awesome people to hire. So go and find some of them and see if that works out for you and for your clients. And I used to give him a lot of tips here and there, but I also bought his product. I got bought a media buyer. So I can buy the person, but I bought the service to get a media buyer, and it worked out, right? I had the media buyer for a long time, but then I realized this guy has similar core values, has very similar goals, or very aligned goals. Let's see if we can do 50-50 in the real estate investing space, right? A lot of people used to go to him and be like, hey, yeah, this on out and stuff like that. And they don't pull it off. Like they don't send clients, and it's only talk and talk. I sent him, I don't know,
20, 30 clients.
30 clients in like a matter of a month or less. He closed a lot. Everything was 50-50. So the relationship was very exciting because my clients were getting serviced by this BA company, and that BA company was giving them amazing people from Latin America. And sometimes from Philippines too, but it was like the perfect time to sit down and be like, what are we going to be? What are we going to be called? Like, how are we going to call this? So we were like, again, like seeing what how the market behaved, and seeing what the other companies are called. That's when we said Remote Latinos. We're going to give birth, and the goal is to not only help like 2,000, 3,000 investors, but like help 10,000 people get careers in the US. So Latinos get careers in the US.